What is up, my people? In this video, we're going to talk about why credit repair companies and funding companies go hand in hand and why it's very beneficial to own both. I said this 1,000 times, but I keep getting asked over and over, and I had to kind of re-explain it in the DMs or in voice notes or whatever. So I'm like, let me just make a video so when anytime somebody asks me, I could just send it over, okay? So the thing is not very, what I'm trying to explain is not very complicated. It's literally we're generating funding leads through advertisement. The people who don't qualify, send them off to your credit repair system or company. It's pretty simple. It's not rocket science. Pretty much we have the leads, right? We have leads, we have traffic. Okay, those leads, that traffic is seeing an ad, right? Then we have qualifying systems after that. This could be through DMs, this could be applications, whatever version you want to disqualify people, it's up to you. But it becomes a fork in the road, right? So you ask the prospect, hey prospect, what's your personal credit score? How much monthly revenue are you making? X, Y, and Z. All of these things that you need to know so you can get the client's result or not. If they don't qualify, then you guessed it, they'll go up into credit repair, right? So let's say they have a 680 credit score, you disqualify them, and this all could be systemized. It's not something you have to do yourself, right? So as soon as they put I don't qualify, you could create automations them to send them off to credit repair. Then your credit repair team picks up the calls them, does the onboarding X, Y, and Z. But they don't qualify. Okay, beautiful. Send them off to your credit repair systems. Wait 2 to 4 months, whatever the timeline you have. Then you get back into book a call with them and then get them funded so you can charge your high ticket service. This is why credit repair and funding companies go hand in hand. We run funding ads, so saying, hey, are you a business owner or a new entrepreneur or anybody, let's say somebody who needs 50 to 100 grand of funding, and then you're going to get 100 people reach out to you. 90% are not going to qualify, guaranteed. Like, I should have put here, this should be like, whatever. I'm not gonna get too, I don't want to make it too difficult. Pretty much 90%, maybe even 95 are not going to qualify. I could actually show you something, guys, so you can kind of get perspective here. Let me pull up something real quick. I'm gonna put my data tracker from 2023 and you're gonna see. So this is for 2023. We did about, what was it? I think like we did 1.7 million. All right. Out of the out of the 1.71 million, we actually disqualify almost everybody. Almost everybody got disqualified. Message to close. So out of everybody who reached out to us to work with us, we only work at 1%. And I don't run a credit repair company. I do help a bunch of credit repair companies add funding. I was just doing full send funding. But as you can see, 99% of the people that reached out to us didn't qualify. So that's why I was telling you right here that 90% are not going to qualify. They're going to go into credit repair. I am not kidding. Maybe 80, 90, hell, 90, for me, it was like almost 99% people didn't qualify, even though this also, it could be to like 5% people qualify, but then we disqualify because other reasons. Maybe it's not just credit repair. Credit report, maybe they have like, they have very low income. Maybe they can't afford our services yet. It could be a couple little things that we're like, okay, we don't want to work with you, but pretty much, we still made $1.7 million, profited around, I could hear the profits right here. We profited 977 for 2023. And we only worked with 1% of the people reach out to us. So it doesn't matter if you disqualify everybody, either way, you do have, like, you're not going to be like me. If you're a credit repair company, those 95% people that you're disqualifying, let's say out of 100, you're pretty much disqualifying 95 clients or 95 leads. Good. Now you have 90 something leads into your credit repair system that you can either, I'm pretty sure not, well, here's kind of some stats. Usually half of that or even half of that actually go into the credit repair. So let's say out of 100 people, you want to disqualify, let's say 90. Out of those 90, maybe 30, this is usually the number, 20 to 30 actually go into credit repair because not everybody just falls through the whole thing. But hey, it's still leads that you're generating that if you can liquidate ad spend. So pretty much like the ad spend that you spend to get high ticket sales, that you're liquidating the ad spend through your credit repair. So let's say if you're spending $1,000 a day on advertisements, so 30 grand a month. Okay, now you either make that money back by doing high ticket sales, or you can liquidate the ad spend by credit repair. So let's say you have a couple hundred people or a couple dozen people in credit repair to liquidate the ad spend. Okay, so that's one of the ways that you can have pretty much free ad spend, and then you can keep cranking up the volume while you're not pretty much like being like, oh, I'm spending all this money but not getting a return right away. Okay, which you should be able to do. Like, if the problem is, like, if you're not really good at sales, this whole thing falls apart because it's high ticket. Even low ticket, you need to have good sales skills. I'm not saying that you don't, but the high ticket, usually if somebody is struggling with charging 4 to 10K, that's usually because they're not good at sales. But there's a really good system that you can scale to 6 figures. If you like, well, you either work with us or you can figure out on yourself, because we already have figured this stuff out. We already built you all the systems, so you don't have to really figure out yourself. So if you come work with us, this is pretty much what we do. But you can figure this stuff out by yourself if you do want to. It's not too complicated. Just pretty much run funding ads, then create a fork in the road, a fork that is pretty much the people who qualify and the people who don't. The people who don't qualify, just send them off to your credit pair, wait a couple months, and then go back to a book call and then try to close them for your high ticket offer for funding. And also, this could be said during the credit pair process. If they don't qualify, you can get, once you get on the call with them or whatever system you have to onboard them for your credit pair. Hey, by the way, you didn't qualify, but we do have this. We could get your credit pair in order, so you can do this, and then you start doing everything. Like, even for the funding, if their funding is gonna 3 or 4 months in advance, start talking about those days. Start getting, hey, we're gonna get you the book call this time. Start getting prepped that they're only getting their credit pair clean just to get funded, because you don't want, the last thing you want to do is get the credit cleaned up and then they completely forget about the funding, which has happened. So you got to always kind of be like, hey, we're gonna get your credit pair, let's say the year started, hey, your credit pair process is gonna take about 2 months, so January and February, and doing March, end of March or around there is when we're gonna get you funded. You start giving them the end goal. All right, so that's it for this video. I didn't want to make it too long, but hopefully you understand that how powerful it could be once you understand advertisement and how to pretty much kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm gonna generate leads for funding, but the sawdust of that, the effect of generating too many funding leads, is that not everybody qualify. So if you do have a funding company, they pop right in, and that way you can liquidate some ad spend and also be way more profitable, and makes it much easier to scale to 6-figure months.